Well, good evening to you, ladies and gentlemen. This is Scott Manning coming to you from my home here in Columbus tonight. I want to thank all my loyal viewers out there. I've got some news of the day. I'm just going to go ahead and jump right into it. So I'm glad to have all my viewers. I've got my voice back, as you can see. I'm a little bit hoarse still, but I'm doing much better than I was a couple of nights ago. The Pittsburgh Pirates beat the Dodgers. The Pirates beat the Dodgers tonight, 12-7 in a slugfest where Greg Lupanko was the hero tonight. Also, there were 2 ejections from the ball game. Pirates reliever Justin Wilson got thrown out after he threw at Dodgers second baseman Justin Turner, leading off the 7th. And manager Clint Hurley got ejected by third base umpire Jeff Nelson. No warnings were issued. So, folks, with that in mind, I smell a bench clearing brawl coming up here in the next game. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I'll admit it. I'll apologize, but I would not be surprised if there are more fireworks than what we saw tonight. I would not be surprised if there may be a brawl, and I'm not talking about is everybody just shoving around. I got this guy. There will be punches thrown, and I'll tell you what, Billy Martin would be loving every minute of it if he were still alive. Also moving on tonight, the Indians were winners tonight over the Minnesota Twins 8-2. They won tonight, so Carlos Santana hit his 15th home run of the season. Danny Salazar was a winning pitcher tonight. The Indians of all of a sudden are now red hot. They've won the last 4 of 6. The Twins continue to struggle. Nick Swisher had his first 3 game of the season tonight, so congrats to the Indians. Congrats to Nick Swisher on that. Also tonight, the Brewers beat the Reds tonight, 4-3 at Miller Park tonight. Jonathan Lucroy hit a walk-off home run at the bottom of the 9th. And now, the Cincinnati Reds are now 0-5 since the All-Star break. And Sam Lucroy, his outing only lasted 3 innings after, actually, Sam LeCur, my apologies, had his first outing since he had his win in relief. His outing only lasted 3 pitches after Jonathan Lucroy hit a 1-1 pitch inside the left foul pole. Lucroy was only batting 200 at the time, so season. So John Lucroy, enjoy your moment. So you've actually earned it. Congrats to you. So enjoy the moment tonight. Other scores to let you know tonight. The Giants beat the Phillies 9-6 and 14. The Yankees were winners tonight 2-1. The Yankees were winners tonight over the Rangers 2-1 and 14. The Blue Jays beat the Red Sox 7-3 tonight. The Houston Astros beat the Oakland A's 3-2 and 12 tonight. The Marlins beat the Braves tonight 6-5. The Cubs beat the Padres 6-0 tonight. The Royals beat the White Sox 7-1. The Mets were winners tonight over the Marlins 3-1. The Royals beat the Cardinals 7-2 tonight. The Nationals beat the Rockies 7-4. The Diamondbacks were actually winners tonight over the Detroit Tigers 5-4. The Orioles beat the Angels tonight 4-2. The best record in baseball still belongs to the Oakland A's. And the best record in the National League, folks, you might want to sit down for this one because you're going to get a little shocked. The best record in the National League right now belongs to the Washington Nationals. Of all teams in the world, I can't believe the Nationals have the best record in the National League. They're in first place in the East. But we're pretty much now into the second half of the season. What about Detroit? All of a sudden, they were 7.5 games up. They had the best record in the National League Central. They're thinking they were going to get in and run away with it. All of a sudden, right out of the gate, the Indians take 3 of 4 from them. The Indians win 3 out of 4 in Detroit, may I add. I couldn't believe it. I'm still taking Detroit to win the National League Central, but the Cleveland Indians are only 5.5 games out. So Cleveland can come out of nowhere and take the National League Central. So we'll have to wait. So can the Tigers catch them? We'll have to wait and see on that. But, folks, I'm just going to tell you right now, look at all 3 divisions in the National League. I mean, any one of them is almost a toss-up. The National League East, the Nationals lead the Braves by 2 games. The Dodgers have a 1-game lead over the Giants. As far as the National League Central goes, you're going to need a rocket scientist to figure that one out. So, folks, take your pick. The Brewers have a game and a half lead over the St. Louis Cardinals right now. But the Pirates and the Reds are just right there in striking distance. Despite the Reds have gone 0-5 since the beginning of the second half of the season. But the Pirates are right there red hot too. The Cardinals lost tonight, so they're only a game and a half out. It's not over until it's over. Or in my house, it ain't over till I start singing. So bottom line is, The National League, I bet you one of these three is going to actually come down to the final day of the season. And there may possibly even be a game 163 the way things look right now. But will that happen? We'll just have to wait and see. Now, folks, do you remember? Now, we're moving on to the NBA. We've got some news there. Hold on here. Let me just get caught up here. Cleveland Cavaliers are now confident that they are going to be getting Kevin Love, but the Chicago Bulls are making a late push to get Kevin Love. Cleveland's offer, according to sources, my add you, would be headlined by a number 1 overall pick, Andrew Wiggins, number 1 pick in 2013, Anthony Bennett, and a future first-round pick. And with LeBron James coming back to Cleveland, the Cavaliers, of all of a sudden, the Cavaliers have gone from a mediocre team to a team that can actually contend this time. So we'll have to wait and see what happens there. But the Kevin Love situation, if he ever go to the Bulls, will that happen? We'll have to find out. If that does happen, I will let you know. We'll let you know what happened with the Kevin Love situation. And with the Andrew Wiggins situation as well, I'll let you know what happens there. Do you folks remember former Baylor star Isaiah Austin, NBA Commissioner Adam Silver, when he was actually given an honorary draft by the NBA on draft night, and it was a nice gesture by Commissioner Silver? Well, Commissioner Silver has gone a little bit further. Adam Silver has promised Austin a job at the NBA with the stipulation that he finishes his undergraduate degree from Baylor University. Austin's career was cut short when he was diagnosed with a rare genetic disorder that affects his heart. So with that in mind, look what Adam Silver has done for this kid. But look what else Adam Silver has done. I'm not sure if I've done this yet, but Adam Silver, you are going on my wall of honor for everything that you've done so far in the NBA with this kid. You've given him a chance to actually do something in the NBA. You've actually given him something to shoot for. So with that in mind tonight, Adam Silver, you are going up on my wall of honor. So I thank you for what you've done for this kid. Look, thank you for what you've done with the NBA all around. With everything that's been thrown at you, the Donald Sterling incident, he's still trying. Donald Sterling's trying to sue the league. He's still trying to sue everybody because he's saying the sale of the team to former Microsoft CEO Steve Bennett was illegal. So now it's gotten so bad. The CEO of the Clippers has either Sterling or him. Because if Donald Sterling stays, I would not be surprised if Doc Rivers goes someplace else. So, got a lot going on in the NBA right now. Trade deadlines, there hasn't been any major league trades so far, except for the LeBron thing. Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh are going to be staying in Miami. So we'll have to wait and see what happens. So we've got a lot going on right now. And by the way, speaking of my wall of honor, there are two very special gentlemen that are going to be going up on my wall of honor. Two legendary broadcasters in the game. Their names, Vin Scully and Joe Garagiola. Look what Vin Scully has done. He's been with the Dodgers organization for many years. He called Hank Aaron's 715th home run. He was actually there, and I know Cowboy fans are going to hate me when I mention this, but he was actually in the booth for the catch in the 1981 NFC Championship game between Dallas and San Francisco. He was there for the catch one, Montana to Clark. And I mean, him and Hank Stram, he said it was a madhouse, a candlestick. He wasn't that far off. So, we'll move on. Let's see what Joe Garagiola said. He retired after 57 years in baseball. He wrote a book called Play Ball. It deals with just the game itself. It doesn't deal with the drugs, the steroids. Because he said Willie Mays had the right idea, just playing the game. Forget about the steroids, forget about the drug usage. He wants to focus on the game itself. And I commend Garagiola for that. Joe, thank you. And that's how the game should be there. He was actually a former play-by-play man for the Diamondbacks organization. He was there in 1978 when Bob Welch struck out Reggie Jackson in Game 2, giving the Dodgers the victory. They would eventually go on to lose the series in 6 games that year. Bucky Dent was named World Series MVP. And also, too, he was there in 1980. He called the World Series in 1980. Remember when it was Boone dropped it and Rose caught it? And the Phillies would go on to beat the Royals in 6. And then It's basically what Joe Garagiola has done. But these two have done a lot of things together. Excuse me. Those two have done a lot of things together. They were there for the World Series in '84. The Tigers went on to win that series in '5. Remember that 2 years later in '86 when NBC was there? Remember Game 6 in '86 with Bill Buckner's error? The Mets would go on to win the World Series the following night. And Bill Buckner, by the way, an FYI, Game 7 for Bill Buckner, his series ended in the on-deck circle, waiting to come up tonight. So, and also, too, they were there for Kirk Gibson's home run in '81. In '88, the Dodgers went on to win Game 1 of that series. They would go on to beat the Oakland A's in 5. That would be Kirk Gibson's only appearance, his only World Series appearance. Or Hershiser was named World Series MVP that year's World Series. So 3 gentlemen tonight going up on my wall. Adam Silver, for his service to the NBA, what he's done with his own thing with the Donald Sterling incident, that's still ongoing. Vince Scully and Joe Garagiola for their love of the game and calling baseball for many years. A lot of games they did together for the NBC television network. I wish NBC would get baseball back. I would love to see somebody get rid of Joe Buck because he's nothing but a big mouth jerk anyway. Now, as far as the Buck family, I have a lot of respect for your dad. Joe, I got a lot of respect for your father. He knew how to call the game. You, on the other hand, you got your head so bare. You're so busy kissing up to the Cardinals and the Yankees, it makes me sick to my stomach even thinking about it. I'm glad Tim McCarver retired because I couldn't stand him more. He actually played for St. Louis. He was a Yankees. He might as well admit it because he was a Yankees fan. I've never seen two of the biggest morons in the game than Joe Buck and Tim McCarver. I would take Vince Scully and Joe Garagiola calling the World Series any day. If we can't have them, give me Tom Brenneman anywhere, anytime. Because at least he'll call the game right. You two idiots don't know how to call baseball. Because basically, Joe Buck and Tim McCarver, right now, if this push for the playoffs, they would probably both be saying, oh, it's going to be a Yankees-Cardinals World Series, all this and all that. It ain't going to be a Yankees-Cardinals World Series, you two idiots. Because none of you two don't have a brain anymore. So with that in mind, this is Scott Manning saying good night. I want to thank before I go, I do want to thank all my little viewers out there. I just want to thank everybody. I got a couple of seconds left here, and I just want to give a shout out to all my friends watching in YouTube land out there. I just want to let you know, drop me a line. If you have a comment, drop me a line if you agree with me, or even if you do disagree with me. I want to hear from you. So drop me a line. I'm on YouTube, I'm on Google+, I'm on Twitter, and I'm on Facebook. So until then, until next week, or until tomorrow night, this is Scott Manning saying good night, good luck, and thank you. And I thank you, and good night.